My point is, I can't win over there because I don't play. I don't participate. Like, you can't buy me, not because I'm not for sale. You can't buy me because I'm not in the store.
He only eats the He didn't say anything about any of these white boys. And none of these white boys function like that. Katt was talking about that did to other but not about anything that did to him.
Race is not where the line is drawn. It's God's side and the other side.
Remember how back in the day, Dave Chappelle used to make fun of Diddy all the time on Chappelle Show? Well, fast forward to now, and there are all these rumors flying around about Dave possibly switching sides and cozying up with all these shady industry characters that he used to criticize. Just like Katt Williams, Dave used to be all about calling out the industry elites. But now, it's like he's dodging the real issues, and even his stand-up routines are not hitting like they used to. People are saying he is resorting to cheap shots in his jokes, punching down, and picking on easy targets. But wait, there's more drama. Dave was spotted hanging out with Diddy shortly before Cassie dropped her lawsuit back in November. And so far, Dave hasn't said a peep about Diddy's recent scandals. Fans are feeling let down, with this big change from Dave being all outspoken about the dark side of the industry. And a lot of folks are scratching their heads about why Dave is all of a sudden friends with Diddy. Well, it looks like Katt Williams had something to say about all of this, so let's get into it.
It was just to hold people accountable that weren't being held accountable, you know? So in all jobs, there's some accountability. And part of the money that you make is how well you can handle that. Like, they can't give you a football contract that says you're not going to pull something.
So I'm sure you've all seen Katt's viral interview on Club Shay Shay, where he talked about Dave Chappelle turning down that $50 million deal from Comedy Central. Katt revealed that he had to turn down some big money deals too because of strings attached. And he even brought up Diddy, hinting that maybe the deals Diddy's throwing around have similar strings.
Dave Chappelle walked away from $50 million. You said it was more. Tell the story.
That's right.
I will let you tell it.
No, you're
no, I want you to tell it.
You really are the best. You've proven it here today. As much as, and until you understand what happened to the dude, you don't understand what happened. Like, no, not they offered him $50 million and he turned it down. Who gonna turn down $50 million? Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting the body. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say them so freely.
Katt, I need to know.
Now here's a twist. While Katt gave Dave Chappelle props, turns out Dave wasn't feeling the love. In fact, he went off on Katt during a recent stand-up gig and called him out for exposing fellow Black comedians. But before we get into that, let's first talk about Dave Chappelle's unexpected bromance with Diddy. Word on the street is that Dave and Diddy are tight now, and fans are raising their eyebrows, especially because back in the day on the Chappelle Show, Dave used to poke fun at Diddy.
When you forward here, you can be bad boy artists here, but if you want to do it, first y'all gotta walk to Queens and give me a sugar cookie.
Games with each other too, like our annual photo flip.
Oh,
Damn.
oh my damn. Little ass teeth. You got dolphin teeth.
Yeah, I'll send you a hard teeth. He always says he doesn't want anyone to see him shine. But the looks shiny to me. He looks like Malcolm X before he converted to Islam.
So because Dave used to clown Diddy all the time, fans were naturally curious to hear what Dave would say about all these allegations swirling around about Diddy. Another reason everyone was eager to hear from Dave about Diddy's situation is because Dave used to be very outspoken about the shady things happening in Hollywood. Shortly after Dave turned down that huge $50 million deal from Comedy Central and escaped to Africa, he went on the Oprah Show and made it clear that he wasn't just ditching the cash, but all the other crazy things that come with the fame and fortune at that level.
Fine. I'm glad you're here. Everybody wants to know, why'd you walk away from $50 million?
Well, I wasn't walking away from the money.
Yeah.
I was walking away from the circumstances that were coming with the newfound plateau.
Yeah.
And I've heard the stories of what happens, and I've seen these kinds of things play out in front of me.
Okay.
When I saw
When you say you heard the stories, what do you mean? What stories?
I mean, you see before, look, Mariah Carey made a $100 million deal, and 3 months later, she's all of a sudden mysteriously crazy. Or Martin Lawrence punches through and he's waving a gun on the street screaming, they're trying to kill.
Yeah, we hear those stories.
And it always happens around the time in their career where it seems as though they're crossing over the next plateau.
Yeah. Would you say you lost your mind, sort of?
No.
No.
Not exactly.
Dave basically said that he wasn't interested in reaching the top because when you've got that much money, people have a vested interest in controlling you. You can see it now with Diddy's mess unfolding. It seems like there are even bigger players above him pulling the strings, probably because they're mixed up in the same shady things. And that's why Kanye mentioned Diddy, saying how celebs get blackmailed and manipulated by their puppet masters.
And this truth is gonna be heard. Y'all can't send none of y'all Meek Mills, y'all Puffies, y'all Lil Boozies, none of these names, none of these people that have to listen to y'all because they have legal. I never killed nobody, right? I'm the that never killed nobody, right? But that means I can say whatever I want and not go to jail.
Now, when Kanye stirred things up with his talk about people who control the entertainment industry, Dave wasted no time jumping into the conversation. In fact, his whole SNL monologue was pretty much all about Kanye. Besides that, Dave's been vocal before about how the big shots in the industry, the same ones Diddy's supposedly connected to, tried to pull his strings and mess with his career. He even hinted once that to reach the top tiers of fame, you have to do some unsavory things for the folks running the show. And he didn't mean figuratively.
When I took 12 years off and you put me right back on top when I came back, I couldn't thank you enough. You have kept me free. I have not had to do what so many of my colleagues have to do because of you. I have no idea what dicks taste like.
So naturally, when all this drama with Diddy blew up, fans were waiting for Dave to weigh in. Diddy's been accused of exploiting black people in the industry for years, and with the help of his higher-ups, you'd think someone like Dave Chappelle would have something to say about it. But ever since Cassie filed that lawsuit against Diddy, Dave's been radio silent. Now, nobody's expecting Dave to drop a formal statement or anything, but as a comedian, you'd think he'd crack a joke or two about the biggest story in Hollywood. But it seems like there might be more to Dave's silence than meets the eye. A recent article from Daily Mail popped up showing Dave and Diddy having dinner together not long after it came out that Diddy was getting the BET Lifetime Achievement Award. According to the Mail, Dave and Diddy were in good spirits, and they even left the dinner together in the same car. So does this mean that Dave's gone and sold out to Diddy? I mean, it's pretty wild to think that a guy who turned down $50 million would cozy up to someone like him. Now keep in mind that when Dave and Diddy were spotted having dinner together, Diddy reportedly already knew that Cassie was getting ready to sue him. And rumor has it that Diddy tried to throw Cassie off her game by intimidating her at the BET Awards. When he was up on stage accepting his award, Diddy gave Cassie a shout out. And in hindsight, this definitely sounds like it was a threat.
Yeah, and also Cassie for holding me down in the dark times. Love.
So the fact that Dave Chappelle was grabbing dinner with Diddy right before Cassie's lawsuit hit the headlines is definitely raising some eyebrows. I mean, how did these two even become friends, especially with Dave's track record of poking fun at Diddy on the Chappelle Show? But wait, there's more to this whole Diddy and Dave saga. Not only is Dave hanging out with Diddy all of a sudden, but he's also stirring the pot by calling out Katt Williams over his Club Shay Shay interview. Dave called out Katt for only going after black comedians and hinted that Katt might be projecting his own issues onto others in the industry. But here's the kicker. Even though Dave gave props to Katt as one of the best in the game, he didn't leave it there. He went on to accuse Katt of painting some pretty ugly pictures of his fellow comedians. Now, these comments are stirring up a storm among fans, and they're hitting back by reminding everyone of this gem from Katt's time on Club Shay Shay. Katt dropped this deep line saying that it's not about race, it's about which side you're on, God's side or the other side.
Race is not where the line is drawn. It's God's side and the other side. And we don't care nothing about the other side.
Katt's fans are clutching onto this quote like it's pure gold and pushing back against Dave's claims about Katt targeting black comedians. Meanwhile, there's also a wave of disappointment sweeping through Dave's OG fan base. A lot of folks are feeling let down, especially considering Dave's newfound friendship with none other than Diddy. You see, fans had this certain image of Dave, the bold and principled comedian who wasn't afraid to stir things up. But now with him cozying cozying up to Diddy all out of the blue, it's like a total curveball that caught many off guard. And then there's Katt Williams, who said you'll never catch him doing weird stuff for a check because he doesn't have a price tag attached to his name.
Had to be a choice 20 years ago that I'm not gonna wear makeup or get Botox, even though I know them things will make me look better, but I don't really want to look better. What I want is, I want the Katt Williams that you see in the movie, I want that to be the same dude you see at the gas station. That's what I was trying to do. My fans think like, oh, he's been blackballed. Yes, but not he. I heard a comedian say, yeah, but you see, Katt Williams ain't selling soap or diapers or none of that, because they think like I've been blackballed, and I'm not. I don't do sponsorships or endorsements because I'm blackballed. But the truth is, in 20 years, I never been on a commercial audition in my life. Like, I never let my tour get sponsored when I was broke or now. Like, I don't take free clothes. Like, I dress myself. Like, I don't have a stylist. Like, my point is, I can't win over there because I don't play. I don't participate. Like, you can't buy me, not because I'm not for sale. You can't buy me because I'm not in the store. It's different.
Katt made it crystal clear he's not up for sale. And now fans are drawing comparisons to Dave Chappelle's journey. Because how did Dave go from turning down that $50 million deal and publicly exposing the Hollywood gatekeepers to cozying up to Diddy and being scared to say anything about the powers that be? One fan said, Dave hanging out with Diddy makes you question him. If the industry tried to destroy you, why would you go around with one of their gatekeepers? And another one added, Dave Chappelle has either been cloned or sold out. He's not the same Dave from the Chappelle Show. SMH. But what's your take on folks labeling Dave Chappelle a sellout? And why do you think he's suddenly kicking it with Diddy? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. And don't miss out on this next video.